I'm Carey Chet Campbell. I'm the independent veteran running for Braddock District Supervisor. So what makes me different in this race is I am the only veteran on the ballot. I'm the only independent on the ballot. I am the only elected union representative on the ballot. I'm the only person on the ballot who has contract bargaining experience, and I am by decades the most experienced candidate on the ballot, having served as vice president of the Fairfax County wide Federation of Citizens Associations elective office, also as recording secretary at the Federation, also as Transportation Committee Chair currently, and past Budget Committee Chair, and also North Springfield Civic Association Planning and Zoning Committee. I've also served on the Braddock District Transportation Comprehensive Task Force, also the Traffic Calming Committee in North Springfield, and countless other offices over the decade. What also makes me different from all the other candidates is that for years I have collected petition signatures to recruit and put hundreds of independent candidates on the ballot across the state for state, local, and federal office. And in that process, I have personally, one person at a time, talked to hundreds of thousands of Virginians. And that enables me to know and understand the needs and the wants of our neighbors.
Use the left lane to take the Virginia 620 East ramp.
Transportation is, of course, a key issue in our community. We need more trains, less traffic. We need walkable, bikeable, pedestrian, and rail-friendly communities. Every dollar we invest in rail grows $21 in the economy. Rail, walkable, bikeable, pedestrian, rail-friendly communities grow the value of our homes and businesses. That increases revenue for our schools, our police, our fire department, and our human services. You know, this year in Fairfax County, the overall budget in FY 2026, the year we're in right now, is $11.1 billion. Of that, $5.7 billion is the general fund. The rest is capital infrastructure. In that general fund, 51.6% of it goes to our schools, 25% to police and fire departments, and another 25% to human services. So it's vital that we find new ways of raising revenue and keeping the property taxes low. This impacts, of course, on transportation because that's a revenue producer. We need to keep property tax rates low. I've knocked on thousands of doors this year, and people have been clear in that message. At the same time, we know that we have a budget shortfall in Fairfax County. We shortchanged the schools $146 million in the current fiscal year. The latest report in Fairfax County News yesterday was that they're projecting for the coming fiscal year $180 million shortfall. I have three specific proposals where we can increase revenue and keep the property tax rates low. One of them is a progressive tax on mega mansions, on houses inflation indexed over $5 million. And the second one is renewable energy. We need to save $100 million a year in utility cost by putting solar, geothermal, renewable energy on all of our properties. Now, on how we keep, the next thing is car-free, carless communities. The way we get to more trains and less traffic is less cars. They're building carless, car-free communities around the world. The positive part of that is it cuts cost for the county. You don't have the roads to maintain, and it increases revenue from there. Denver also got rid of, we want to get rid of the minimum parking requirements, and that saves development cost. And that lowers housing cost, in the case of Denver, by 12%. So that increases affordability for residents, increases revenue for the county. So that makes it possible to fully fund the schools, police, fire departments, human services, and keep property tax rates low. With these three new sources of revenue, that we propose. Data centers is the topic, and I've talked with thousands of people going door to door, Princess, and I can tell you that I haven't talked to a single person at the doors who support data centers. Now, Fairfax County needs new sources of revenue, so we have to balance those two questions. But clearly, the folks in the community do not, in Braddock District that I have talked to, do not support moving to data centers. And that is the bottom line. Any elected official has to do what the people elect them to do. And that's it. What we're talking about here is rising utility costs. Right. We're talking about rising utility costs. And that's the main reason our proposal for all renewable energy, putting renewable energy into all the public buildings and saving $100 million a year in utility cost. As one lady mentioned to me going door to door, why don't these data centers provide their own renewable energy? Massive solar panels on the roof, geothermal under there. So I think that would be something when that comes before the Board of Supervisors, when I'm the Braddock District Supervisor, that we would want to look at. It takes study. I need to know more about it, but from all the boards that I've served on and all the decades of experience that I have in the community, we need a more thorough investigative process. And I've looked at what's happened out in Loudoun, and we see the challenges that folks there have. And of course, these data centers are all over, but we all love our cell phones. And you need to connect those. All of that data that we're constantly feeding out on the cell phones. I love my grandkids' pictures on the cell phone. I love my new niece's picture. So data centers are crucial to that. So they do serve a consumer need. So we need to be open-minded. But again, the folks that I've spoken to in Braddock District at the doors, thousands of them, not a single one has said they're for the data center. So we, as Braddock District Supervisor or as Fairfax County Board of Supervisors, they would need to have renewable energy, I would think, for themselves. And we would need to sell it. And those businesses wanting to do those data centers will need to sell it to the voters in Braddock District and Fairfax County, and they have not yet successfully done that. Well, this really is referring to the casino proposal, the entertainment complex in Tyson's Corner. I know that as a union, elected union official and a 30-year union member, I know that some of the unions in Northern Virginia, the Nova Union specifically supports it and sees it again as a good source of revenue for the county. And since we want to keep the residential property tax rates low, that is an appealing argument for that new entertainment complex in Tyson's Corner. Also, going door to door, I haven't heard a single person who at the doors in the community support it. The union is for it because they say it would be union jobs, and not just the union jobs in the construction, but the perpetual union jobs that would go on in the entertainment complex in Tyson's Corner. So what I have said in the forums and the debates is that I right now I'm not supporting the entertainment complex or a casino in Tyson's, but I would vote for a referendum on the Braddock District Supervisors so the county at large, people could have their say. I'm a grassroots democracy advocate, and I believe the voters should have their say in everything. I absolutely agree that we need to protect people as much as possible, not only with internet gaming, but all the potential issues that could come up, especially with young folks on the internet. And so that is appealing to me, that we would look deeper in that. I haven't seen the specific legislation and proposals that you're referring to, but my initial response would be a positive one. Children, people need to be protected. And so this seems to be a positive step superficially in the right direction. I am running as self-financing my own campaign, and I highlight that I do not accept any corporate donations. It's up to the two big parties if they want to do that. Normally they do. So I want to be listening to the voters in Braddock District and do their will. That's my job, to do what the folks in Braddock District who have elected me to do their job, and not some rich guy with or rich corporation. I think that's one of our issues that we need to work on in our country and in our community, is the power of dark money and big money in our politics. So that's why I'm not taking that money, and that's why I would listen to them just like anybody else as an individual voter in Braddock District. But their money wouldn't influence me because I haven't taken it and I'm not going to take it. Schools are the number one issue. We need to keep our schools fully funded. I'm the only candidate in this campaign advocating for fully funded schools that will utter that phrase. And I've defined with our platform issues, fully funded schools, police, fire departments, and human services. We do it by putting renewable energy on all the county buildings, saving $100 million a year. We do it by building car-free, car-less communities where we get rid of parking requirements, and we increase affordability by 12%, as the case in Denver, increase revenue, and finally by the mega mansions tax that's inflation indexed for all houses over $5 million. We need walkable, bikeable, pedestrian, rail-friendly communities. We need more trains and less traffic, because these things save human life. And I will do what you, dear voter, tell me to.